aspect of like the anniversary, like
Yeah,
30 years.
30, yeah.
Yes. And I'm looking at how astronomical that day it was. Okay. Did you feel that there was going to be pressure on you? Because you know everybody wins every year. You got 29. I know 20. Did you do it 29, 2020?
Oh, COVID.
COVID
Oh
time,
yeah, so you didn't do 2020, you didn't do 2021.
And 20, yeah.
Yes.
So you did 2022.
Yes.
So did you feel that you had to do extra to be able to sort of like, you know, the moment you won, did you feel you had to do a catch-up game?
No, not really. I knew that people had high expectations because we had a big break, and then obviously this is the 30th. It's a big stamp. But I didn't feel, I wouldn't call it pressure. It was more of a responsibility, but in a positive way. And I just wanted to be myself throughout it. I didn't want to load myself with too much pressure, because with pressure sometimes you don't really
meet your expectations.
Yeah, expectations, or produce quality.
Or you overthink it and you end up
Overthink it.
doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. So I just thought to myself, you know what, let me be myself. I have the support from the team. Let's work together and just give our best, really, and hopefully meet the target.
Throwing this back at you, when she won, did you feel that the right choice had been made? Nothing against you.
No, of course not.
I'm just because you know that you had to select. You know,
Yeah.
like you had to go through a whole
Yeah.
group of girls, because it's not everybody that came on the stage were the ones that were selected, because you had a whole group of girls.
Yeah.
So from your view,
I think from me personally, I felt that, like as we say, when it gets to the top 5, we'll be standing there holding hands thinking, dear Jesus, please give us a good one. Only because we want somebody that we are, you know what, the thing with Miss Ghana is, I think, and I've said this, I haven't hidden it from anybody, that I feel I always wanted somebody that would actually go out and claim the title, rather than wanting us to do everything for them. And that's the difference that Eunice has made. She wants it, she's doing it.
And she's appreciating the journey. And one thing that people actually said that they loved about you was your humility and your, not subservient in a negative way, but your humbleness. Because they said even when you got chosen, even when you're making your speech, everything was more humble. And that was the thing. So what did you...
But then I guess it also boils down to her upbringing by her parents.
Yeah.
You know, for a Ghanaian child to speak such fluent Chi, you don't normally get as much in the UK. Europe, yes, but, you know, we just thought, you know what, she's been a good girl through her journey. She worked hard. It was a hard competition.
Yeah,
I think between her and Margarita that came second, it was a very hard decision for the judges.
Because people that lost were still, I know you know, are still having problems, that people were so upset.
And this is another thing of the show, that even though, what do we say to you lot at the ride at the first rehearsal? There's going to be one winner. Everybody's fine with it, understand, we understand. The minute their winner is announced and it's not them,
then everybody starts blowing a casket, innit?
It's fixed, and I always say to them, I'm not going to waste 3 months of my precious time to get somebody. I've never met Eunice before. I've never met any of the girls before. So it's what you do. It's the judges. It's always down to the judges. Judges will choose their winner.
Yes.
Sometimes when people win, I'm like, oh, okay.
Because it's not your choice. It is the choice of the people that you put in place.
On the day,
That's it, the performance.
But, you know, and she's done well. She's done really well. She's actually stepped up. And I think also maturity is part of that as well. And I think also wanting it, it makes a big difference.
I think when you want something, you appreciate it. Because, you know, sometimes you can want something and get it and still become complacent. But
you take it for granted.
Seriously, take it for granted.
And even take an instance today, she had somewhere to go. And I said, just show up for like 30 minutes at least. And she made it.
She showed up.
And somebody else is telling me, oh, when I have to go and do this, and last minute. It was last minute, but she made the effort.
But I really do appreciate, because I didn't know you were coming. That's why I didn't put you on the poster, because it was Scylla that was supposed to come
before previously,
and she couldn't make it, and there was another person that was supposed to come, because I didn't want to put that pressure on you, because May feels that you are doing so much. Do you understand me? So sometimes you don't even want to take advantage of, because me, I still wanted you to come and tell us about your journey.
Yeah.
Because you start when you want, I brought you down.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to come and tell us, because sometimes somebody can come on a journey and say that, oh, halfway, I didn't really feel it, you know.
No, this has been.
You know, you want to let the crown go, innit? I bet when the time comes, you'll be holding on to it.
But I know the next queen will do amazing as well. But
Yes.
it has been just at the back of what Auntie Mavis is saying. I think, first of all, thank you for that, because sometimes I beat myself up thinking I'm not doing enough. But to hear that, you know, that I'm even exceeding that is very, very humbling. As well. I try my best as human, because I have so much to juggle with, but I don't take this for granted.
Yes.
I know it's just a year, but like I said, I'm going to continue.
Just a year.
I mean, like, as the reigning
No, the
queen.
reason why I say it's not just a year is there are people that never made it in life. You have had the opportunity to do something that forever will be one of the accolades.
Yeah.
So you go ahead. Sorry, I don't want you to belittle the year.
No. It's just sometimes you just. I'm a type of person. I always reflect. I like to sit down and reflect on everything that I've done, and sometimes I beat myself up that I'm not doing enough, or what can I do to make it, you know, a bit more. But when I hear feedback from people and Auntie Mavis, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing a good job. I shouldn't beat myself up, but then there's always more to give, and even after I hand off my crown, I'm still within the team. I'm still part of the project, so I'm going to be here until then. So
no, it's just that currently, you know, sometimes when you're doing certain things, you know, when you came on board, you didn't know May.
No.
Yes, May. What were the things? Because I know you've had hundreds and hundreds of girls. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What was your expectation? You know, the moment she won, I know you've got a plan in place. That the plan would
we just hope that she would make the 30th year count.
Yes.
And just we're able to work with her. And she's able to show previous winners that
yes.
she's making a stamp. And we told her, this is about you this year. So whatever you're doing, make sure that you put your stamp on this year.
What was the growth that you saw from her? And what do you think she can improve on?
You know, I
love
feedback. What she can, you know what? So a lot of the time when we're together, we're going places, especially in Ghana. When we go to when we went to the Cocoa Board people, and I'm like, tell the director what you want, why you're here, because I know it's out of her comfort zone. Because she feels like, oh my God, I'm with these people, so I have to be a bit. I'm like, no. Tell director why you're here. What do you want from him?
What do you expect them
what
to
do you expect? Yeah, we're here for a purpose. We've just come from Kumasi.
Why did you guys go to the Cocoa Board? Why did you guys go there?
We visited because we went to Niche. We did a visit at Niche factory, chocolate factory.
Did you get any chocolates?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You see, and you didn't even bring me some anyway. Oh yeah. So when you went there, so as Mavis said, what were you able to articulate to them?
So when I met with the director, like she said, I was a bit reserved, and she pushed me to say, tell them what you want from them, and I mentioned some of the projects that I'll be doing in Ghana, and then also I went to volunteer in one of their hospitals. I think they said they had a hospital.
Cocoa
Board Hospital. Oh, Cocoa Board owns the hospital.
Yeah. I wanted to volunteer there, but time didn't allow me. But I said to the director, whenever I come back to Ghana, I've got his contact. Whenever I come back to Ghana, I would love to volunteer and work with any projects that he may have. So it was more about just telling him.
The trip to Ghana was really interesting one for us this year. Even though it was tiring.
Me, I was impressed. That party alone.
It was so tiring. But because we had a schedule what we went there to do, so we managed. So like maybe a bit about when we went to Kumasi. How did you feel when we went to go and see Asante Hima?
Oh, to this day, my mom keeps.
That
was the
highlight.
The highlight for her. Like, hey, how could she Asante Hima? Wow, like. You've really reached the level, and she can show
really reached the level.
She's everyone in the pictures. I could share something. I think for that was,
and even meeting Mampo Hima
as well, because I'm from Mampong. Meeting her as well was like, wow, I've really met.
And these are people that, without Miss Ghana, you would have never.
That's what I'm saying. What Miss Ghana UK has allowed me to do is amazing.
Oh yeah. So tell us about meeting your Emma.
I just obviously being.
You had to curtsy. You had
to do the whole protocol.
But did you know that already?
We had to take your shoes off before we went into
the
room.
we took our shoes off.
Really?
Yeah, take our shoes off.
And she was so happy. Like when
I
she
was
went,
like, okay.
She was smiling. She was just happy just to see.
And I was just trying to just absorb, because that's the first time I've really seen my culture in that.
Yeah. Proximity.
Yes, like I've only seen it on TV and I've heard about it, but to actually be standing there, in a palace in front of Santehima, I was like, wow. And see, and I saw
didn't
other
even know
people.
that's how our experience was. It's the
Really?
first time.
Yeah.
I just thought, okay, all right, okay, this feels like I'm in, standing in front of.
Did you feel like you were dreaming and you? Okay.
Yeah, it felt like, is this me? Someone should pinch me.
Yeah.
Is this me standing here right now? If all these people, there were also people sitting around, and I was just trying to listen to the tree as well, because I like to pick up, the deep tree. I'm like, okay. And then she said my name. And then when it was time to
and
go,
she even knew you, so I bet that one really took you back.
Me,
Small me.
I'm just in East London, like I'm here greeting the Queen. So then when it was time for me to shake hands with her, the lady that led us there introduced introduced us, and while we're here and everything, and then I shook her hand. I just thought, wow.
Oh, I'm not washing my hand again.
I'm not washing my hands. I was like, okay. Let me just smile.
Breathe in, calm.
Let me not get too excited. Okay. I just walked back to the line. I just stood there and said, wow, this happened.
So, but were you there?
Yeah, she was there.
And you didn't clock that?
No, I think,
No, but had you met her before though?
Yeah, well, that's what I said. We met her in 2019.
Oh, okay.
So that's when we started that journey. So for me, it was still fantastic to be there.
Yeah. What was it like though for you?
For me, I think the first time I met her, I was like, wow, I'm here.
Yes.
We've done something for us to achieve this. We've actually done.
Yeah.
So it was nice. So meeting her again, I think it was just I'm a cultured person, so I like tradition. I like culture. So whenever I get to these places, I already have that.
You've got it's kind of like it's instilled in you.
Yeah, and it's just wonderful to be here in Menchia. And I want these girls.
I've never been to Kumasi before or anything, so but
it's a nice experience for these girls as well. For them to go, because you're from Mampong and Margarita was from City.
It's very close to Mampong.
I can't remember
the name.
But so
who is Margarita again?
The second round.
The first runner-up.
So she was there as well. So it was really exciting for them to, for everyone to be there, and just to appreciate and for the first time, the first and the second were from Kumasi as well. Asante region. I was excited.
She was like, okay, and
and then from there we went to the school. So your experience about the school?
Yeah, the school. So we went to Sewanyako.
Okay.
One of the schools in Kumasi, and
it's the smaller of the two schools that we.
Okay.
And the newest.
Yeah, and apart from donating the sanitary products in which we raised money for, we had a little session with them, with the girls. We spoke about women empowerment, youth empowerment, career, building self-esteem. And at first they were quiet, they were shy, but once I interacted with them, and I think what I realized was that I had to come down to their level.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Miss Ghana UK, but let me
you took out the celebrity status.
So when they know that they can touch you, you're one of them.
I was like, girls, don't be shy, I can talk, And then when I opened the floor for them to ask questions, that's when all the hands were shooting up. So you guys can talk.
I said you guys can talk. What were some of the questions?
They had questions about career. Some girls even came to me one-to-one to speak to me about the main questions they had were the science students.
Yes.
How they really want to study science, but they don't have the resources.
The resources, yes.
Or they've done science for 2 years, but just theory, no practical, because they don't have the labs. And I just thought, how?
That's the point.
How are you studying science?
And you don't have the practical experience. So if you want to be a doctor, how do you become a doctor when you don't have the practical experience?
I had some of the girls, so I threw the question back to them. Who wants to be a nurse here? Who wants to be a doctor here? who wants to be a politician here. The girls put their hands up, and I told them to stand up, to come forward and tell me why they want to be a nurse, why they want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And they gave me their reasons, and I just thought, wow.
Intelligent girls.
And then I bet
Intelligent girls.
after they did that, you felt sad because you feel that all this intelligence,
It's just all
with no proper resource.
I just thought, how is this possible? You
But
know?
it's happening.
It's
so
happening.
one thing we did pledge
Yes.
as
Yeah.
of the foundation, every time we go to Ghana, we lift up another lid.
I know.
Was that we're going to, one thing that the head teacher said and the girls talked about is the IT lab.
IT lab, yeah.
That they would like, they have got an IT lab, but they need equipment, so laptops,
Okay.
all those
Okay,
things. So we pledged that
okay.
by the next time we get to Ghana,
Yeah.
we will
That's
get
next
that.
year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll get. So this year's really leading up to the show. All the fundraising we're raising is for the poverty and also for
For the IT.
IT
stuff,
equipment. So
yeah.
if there's any companies out there,
Yes, please.
that
I've
want-
already started looking.
yeah. So Eunice is leading on that because
Yeah,
she's the
leading on
queen and
that.
she was there and she
Yeah,
made the
yes,
pledge.
yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now the reason why I say that is, you
Yeah.
know, in this country sometimes they have certain companies that like sometimes they change over their stuff. So
So
I will look
donate
into
them.
that and see
Please.
whether, because sometimes if they donate it, it actually helps their company.
Their company,
Yes,
promote
yes, promote
themselves.
their brand, yeah.
So and I've got a friend that's an IT guy that sometimes he knows all those companies. So I'll get his number, give it to you guys, and then see how you.
Sure.
And then I'll look into that because
Yeah.
this is very necessary in
Very.
the 21st century.
Very. And that,
So talking about that, now I still go back to the question: is has she exceeded your expectation, or you just thought she's going to be like every other Miss Ghana, and
I think from the onset, from the time after we finished, obviously she was humble throughout the rehearsals and everything. But you don't really have favorites or who you think is going to win because
yeah, it's just
the show
fair.
I'm talking about when you got to know her. The moment she won.
The moment she won and we sat down and we spoke and we said, right, this is where we are. This is you. We have to meet in the middle. This is what's happened previously, but this is the 30th year. We want you to showcase what you have gained from this and what you want out of this. There's going to be positives, there's going to be negatives, but it's about how you want your journey to be and what kind of relationship you want to have with us. We want you to be a doer rather than expectations that I'm the queen, so you should look after me.
Yes.
Do you understand? There's times that you're going to have to go out and do stuff that we're not necessarily going to be there. That's what the queen does.
Yes.
So, and she's done it. The truth of the matter is that she
Because
has
I
done.
remember one of the first stuff that I joined was your mental health stuff. That was with Dr.
Owusu.
Khadija,
Khadija, yes. That was one of the stuff with her. And I realized that the mental health thing was really, really pertinent, especially to the Miss Ghana. Because when you got your mental health right, you can articulate things.
Yeah.
So I realized that you're really... But when you went to Ghana, you didn't go to any mental health institutes? Or...
Not this year.
not
This was
this
actually
year.
the first year we
Yeah.
didn't go to Accra Psychiatric because we have such a packed schedule. So hopefully next time when we go, we'll probably go and see how.
What do you intend telling the next person that is coming on board? Even though we don't want to give the crown out, but we're going to get you. We're going to. I know you're going to go kicking and screaming, but what would you tell anybody that wants to win this pageant?
Yes.
What would you tell them to do? Because I know you guys went to Ghana on this trip, and it wasn't even about the trip; it was about the experience. Yes. Anybody that is coming on this pageant, what would you advise? What would be your advice? Because this is not the end, though. But I'm just saying, what would be your advice if the person says, "Okay, I want to go for Miss Ghana"?
I would say to the next queen that put your head down and work with the team. Yes, come with your proposal, come with your projects, but also be ready to work with the team. Meet in the middle, like what Auntie Mavis said. Communicate, interact, be proactive as well. Don't just sit and wait for them to do everything for you. Go out there, grab every opportunity, and be ready to work hard, but also be humble in how you're working hard and how you interact with people. And be ready, be open to grow as well. You're not going to be the same person that you were when you first started, which is
Especially
fine.
when you're genuinely.
When you're genuine, that's another thing. Be genuine as well.
Know your purpose. Be there.
Know your purpose. Be
you
there.
see, I don't mind if somebody comes and says, "I'm here because I just want to be an influencer." I can get that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
but
that.
don't come pretend that you're coming to be something else,
Yeah,
and then after it becomes, "Oh, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Continue doing everything for me."
No.
So what would be your words? Because we've got now it's almost 5 minutes. We've only got less than 5 minutes to go.
Everybody's talking about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about Miss Ghana. Talk about what is.
So the journey is about to start again.
Yes.
So what we say to the girls is enjoy the journey. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's very tough. People think that, oh, you just come and you walk up and down, that's it. That is not Miss Ghana. You're on the wrong show. So be mentally strong enough to have an idea why, have a purpose.
Yes.
If it's not for you or you think you're coming, if you don't know why you're coming, don't come. Because you're actually going to be wasting our time and your time.
Yes.
It's a long journey. It's a 12-week journey, but it's very packed. But it's enjoyable.
And then
Because
1 year
we keep going back and saying, I always say, and Silla says it as well, for us, it's like getting the caterpillar. And then at the end of the show, you see a butterfly.
Yes.
I've said it many times. I said it here last time. I said, nobody walks away from Miss Ghana without gaining anything.
Yes.
You're gaining life skills. And that's what we want to give to them. Something that you then take and you go the rest of your life with. Because you can't spend 12 weeks of doing this and not gain anything. It's not possible. And whoever says they didn't gain anything, any person in the last 20-something years that says they didn't gain anything from Miss Ghana UK, they're liars.
One thing is, I want to thank my viewers, and I want to thank the people that have joined us on this show. I want to thank my host, my sis. Kudos. You know what? I always say, you know, with me, I say it to you all the time. So the things like, I am so proud of you. You know what? I am so proud of your journey. And I want people to share this program. And the show is coming. Miss Ghana is coming back again in September.
Yes.
I will have some tickets that I'm going to give out. And we'll do a competition. But one thing that I want us to always appreciate is Omega Live TV. Omega TV. Now, we're Omega TV now.
Wow.
So I ain't even ramping now. We see our decor. I want to say a very big thank you to Sadanswa and producer Joe for giving us this platform. Because, you know something, Ghana projects and stuff that we do, we don't really promote and support. But I want to thank everybody for watching. I want people to share. And she's going to come back again before
We'll be coming back with the new contestants.
Exactly. And we'll do a background show. But good evening to everybody, and thank you so much for being and giving us your time. It's very appreciative. And good night.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, you know,